In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about the new features in QuickTime 10. Just quickly, I want to point out that I missed something in the last video with the dock. For example, if you have a whole bunch of windows open for Safari, or any application rather, you can now hold down the icon on the dock. It'll kind of light it up, and then you can see everything in expose mode just for that particular application, and then from there you can choose to hide or quit or anything like that. So for example, we'll just quit it, and we'll move on to QuickTime. So Apple has changed around QuickTime 10. They say that it's quite a bit faster and it works quite well because it's built right into Snow Leopard. So anyway, when you're upgrading from Leopard, if you already have a QuickTime Pro account or Pro version, it will automatically upgrade your QuickTime 10 in Snow Leopard to Pro. You don't have to purchase anything new, at least not that I've seen. So everything kind of works the same. So for example, one of the new features, if you have the iPhone, this will be familiar. Let's say you're watching, this Keith opening video.
All this love in the room and everything. I'm horny.
It's a little loud. Just turn it down. So I've got the video running there. Let's say, you can zoom in fully. You can fill up the screen. But let's say that I get a very nasty call from NBC Universal, and they say that they do not want me to use their intro screen because it is not fair use and it is in violation of their copyright. You can go, let me just show you that again. You can click in the little menu down here to that little item, the little icon that is very familiar on iPhone, and you can click trim, and it will open up a very, very similar trim sort of feature that you would see on iPhone, and you can scroll through with these little yellow markers and cut out exactly what you want. So if NBC doesn't want that, I can put that there. I can trim out the end, and then I click trim and it'll save it in that trimmed version. So then if you go back to the beginning,
that's it for Countdown. This the 2000.
Sorry. Go back to the beginning. Let's cut out that, and then you can save it if you want. I don't really want to. You can save it for the web, and then just like in any other application, you can send it to iTunes, your mobile me gallery, or to your YouTube. Of course, make sure that you have all the copyright and everything before you post it to those features. One of the other features in QuickTime is when you move off the screen. As you see, there's no border on the top, the bottom, or in the middle. The screen itself is completely a video playing. There's no stuff getting in your way. You can resize it, you can make it smaller if you want, but again, all you see is the video. You don't get any borders, you don't get any windows. It's very clean. Same with that little black sort of UI around the video itself. It's quite nice, and a lot of people wanted to see that with Snow Leopard, which hasn't come. Along with QuickTime, Apple states there are some enhancements with applications such as Safari. They say that if you are on a website, we will take YouTube for example. Before, if you had an issue with YouTube, say you're watching, again, this video.
All this love in the room and
Turn it down. Let's say you're watching the video, and it starts to freeze up and it crashes. Before, the entire Safari browser would crash, and you'd be out of luck. Apple states that now, with Snow Leopard and Safari 4, when this video here crashes, the video will crash. You'll get a little crash item logo in the screen here, but the rest of the website and the rest of your links and everything will work perfectly without causing any issue to whatever else you're doing, whatever other websites you're on. Honestly, I haven't been able to test it because I haven't been able to get it to crash yet. But I'll take Apple's word that when it does crash, it'll crash a little bit nicer. Apple has also stated that there's a lot quicker time, 45% quicker when opening up email. Maybe, I don't know. It seems just as quick as it is to me, but I think it's for accounts with 10,000 or more email addresses, which unfortunately does not qualify for me. I'm only at 5,200, so maybe a little bit longer, and then I'll be able to get it to work. Unfortunately, a lot of the features that have been added into Snow Leopard are still to come. If you take a look at Apple's website by going to www.apple.com/macOSX/technology, which I will go to here, they say that a lot of the things that they're adding, such as Grand Central Dispatch and the OpenCL, will be things that will come once developers start using it, which kind of defeats the purpose of having it at the moment. This is why Apple has only made it a $29 or $35 upgrade. Oh, Mac OS X. I guess I need an S in there. So if you take a look at their website, if you want to learn a little bit more about the technology behind it, which is something that we're not really going to cover, you can go into something like their technology. Now 64-bit, which most things are running on this computer in 64-bit, such as the Finder and Mail, you'll notice a little bit of a difference. However, there are no real applications out, and even Apple's new Final Cut Studio 3 and Logic Studio 9 or 8, they're not 64-bit at all. So you're still stuck with a 32-bit operating system. You're stuck with a 32-bit application in your 64-bit operating system. So it's probably going to be another year before you see any difference. But that's really, if you take a look, if you read through a lot of their stuff here, let me see if I can get it quickly, but a lot of it states once people start using it, once developers start using this. Developers were programmed for Grand Central Dispatch using Xcode tools with every Mac. No, there was a part where they said once developers start using it. Anyway, if you bought a Mac within the last couple months and you get it for the $15 upgrade, do it. It's not going to hurt. But if you've got $35 that you want to spend towards something else, I'd recommend spending it towards something else right now. There's not a lot of difference in Snow Leopard that you're going to notice over Leopard at this time. Once developers start using more applications in 64-bit for the Mac, you'll notice a difference. Something like Photoshop CS4, which is available in 64-bit for the PC, will work fine in 64-bit on the PC, but it is not a 32. It's a 32-bit program in Leopard, which means it is still a 32-bit in Snow Leopard. So basically, if you need it, if you're getting it cheap, buy it. If you want to get it on the first day for $35, it's not going to hurt, but you're not going to notice a lot of difference. You'll get a little bit of hard drive space back, like I mentioned in the first video. But all in all, I haven't had any issues with Snow Leopard. It seems to be working quite well, and we'll hope to see what developers are able to do with Snow Leopard, and we'll go from there. That's it for these sets of videos. Check us back at perpetualradio.com. We'll have some new features and our review of Snow Leopard within the next couple days. We'll let you know what we really think about it in depth.